What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Purple and Gold Perspectives podcast. I'm your host, Mike Javid, and today the playoffs are coming up, so we're going to be discussing the Rockets versus Lakers first round matchup. Let's get right into it. So first, we're going to break down both these teams. Houston, they got off to a pretty good start this season, but later in the season, they kept on doing Fred VanVleet's been out the entire year, and Steven Adams also out for the season. He's been out since January, I'm pretty sure. So Rockets haven't really been looking too hot recently. Their offense, it's not too good. We'll get more into that later. Um, I expected this team to be a 2 seed going into the season, and they've been pretty damn disappointing so far. Maybe they could make a run in the playoffs, but I don't think that's very likely. As once again, we'll get more into that later. This team, though, they were really good last season. They added Kevin Durant. They got DFS, who I thought was a great addition. I was completely wrong on him. Um, Clint Capella's been nice as a backup center with Steven Adams out. But overall, they're definitely better playoff wise. Because last year, they had no really go to scorer down the stretch outside of Jalen Green. He was just way too inconsistent. Amen Thompson wasn't it either. They just didn't have really a guy except for Alperen Sengun, I guess. He was all right. But this year, they have Kevin Durant, and he's still a top 15 player in the sport at worst, in my opinion. I could definitely hear an argument for him being top 10, though I don't really think he is at this point. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know so far on the Rockets. They also added Josh Okogie, really nice defender. 3-point shots inconsistent though. For the Lakers, this wouldn't really be a hard series to predict, honestly, if Luka and Reeves were healthy, at least for me. I definitely have the Lakers, but now with them out, at least for the first 2 games, Luka could, I guess, return. Technically, he could return. Best case scenario, he could return by game 3, as that'll be 3 weeks since the injury. The worst case scenario is in 6 weeks from the injury, so that's, I believe, May 14th. So that would be, I think, game 6 of the semifinals, where the Lakers would definitely not be there if Luka misses that much time with this injury. And Austin Reeves out as well. I guess the best case scenario, he was going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. So probably realistically, I'd probably say by game 5 he returns. But if I'm being honest, I don't think he returns in round 1. Anyways, we're going to get straight into this matchup. And yeah, let's get right into it. So Houston, they've been running as of late. Their rotation's been Amen, Okogie, KD, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Sengun, bench of Reed Shepard. They have been running some Aaron Holiday, some Jayshawn Tate. I don't really think they're going to get too many playoff minutes. They'll probably just go 8 deep. So they'll have a bench of Reed Shepard, Tari Eason, and Clint Capella. The Lakers, obviously, it's a different lineup now with Luka and Reeves out. But as of now, it'll probably be, if I had to guess, I think the logical move would be to start Jake LaRavia, but I'd expect them to start Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Rui Hachimura, LeBron, and DeAndre Ayton. And then I could see, I do believe Bronny will get some minutes as a backup point guard. The Lakers still really need a ball handler off the bench. Bronny isn't that developed yet, but I still do believe in him. I think he has a good future in this league. But I think he'll be on the bench. He should get 12 or 15 minutes a game. Reddick's already talked about him a lot going into the series, so I'm pretty excited for that. Jake LaRavia, of course, he's played all 82 games this season. Jared Vanderbilt, Jackson Hayes. So the shooting on the bench isn't good. And honestly, outside of Rui Hachimura, then LeBron could get going from 3, but his shot hasn't been that good this year. LaRavia hasn't been a good shooter. Luke Kennard, obviously, is a great shooter. And then Bronny shot well from 3, but in a limited sample size. So I'm not really taking that too seriously. That is my biggest concern with the Lakers. Their half-court offense. it's not going to be good, especially in the non-LeBron minutes. This Houston defense is pretty good. Let me check their ranks. Uh, but they do have a good defense, pretty damn good one. Their offense is the main problem though. They're among they're about seventh in let me actually check this. Sorry about this. They're sixth in defensive rating, 112.1. Their offense is eight. Better than I thought. 117.5. So and then the Lakers offense, 117. That's 10th in the league. Defensive rating for the Lakers, it's not too hot. Um, it's about middle of the pack, 20th, 115.5. So I do expect this series to be a pretty low scoring one. As the Lakers defense has been really good actually since like over the past couple games it's been bad offenses even playing, but it's still technically been a pretty good defense. And over the past couple months since the All-Star break, their defense has been pretty damn good. Obviously, you still have Marcus Smart, who's gonna probably start the series on Kevin Durant. We'll get into matchups real quick, but you're gonna have Smart on KD. Like Smart's former DPOY. Aiden's also been playing really good defensively. Laravia's a solid defender. LeBron's been really locked in on that end, but of course, without Luka and Reeves, he's gonna have to do a lot more offensively than he should be doing at the age of 41. So he's not gonna be playing as much defense. At least I'd be shocked if he's playing really good defense this series. And then Vando too, great defender off the bench. Anyways, the matchups probably going to be at least a start. I'd expect Marcus Smart to guard KD. Could see honestly LeBron guarding Amen Thompson just because of his size. I do believe he could get a little bit bothered, and they could obviously switch that pick and roll ish. Kind of Şengün's more of a post up big, but like you could switch LeBron to Şengün, and then you could have Aiden on Amen Thompson. I do truly believe that. Then you'll have Luke Kennard on Josh Okogie. That's a nice matchup. Okogie's not really he's really just a shooter, and his shots inconsistent. Rui Hachimura on Jabari Smith Jr. I do worry that JSJ is just going to be able to rise up and shoot a lot of pull up middies, but in this age, you definitely need to have a playoff shot, like a mid range shot in the playoffs. But JSJ is a pretty damn good player overall, though his shot is inconsistent. And if the Lakers are able to catch him on some off nights, that'll be nice. Then DeAndre Ayton on Şengün. Aiden's been playing such good defense recently. It's great to see his improvement, and I think he'll do a pretty solid job. So now for the Rockets, my guess it'll be Josh Okogie on Marcus Smart. Amen Thompson. I don't really know fully what it'll be, but I could see it being maybe like I think Amen should guard LeBron. Then you have like Jabari Smith Jr. on Luke Kennard. I don't really love that. KD on Rui Hachimura, Şengün on Aiden. Aiden's we'll get into the biggest keys later for both teams, but Aiden needs to be aggressive in this series against Şengün, who's been terrible defensively as of late. Um, like Jabari Smith Jr., Kennard should. JSJ is really long. That's gonna be pretty tough. But Kennard, I believe in his shot. I think he's a really one of the best shooters in this league, especially current as of late. Was top 10 or like top. I think he led the league in 3-point percentage, and then LeBron. Amen's obviously a really athletic player. He's pretty damn fun to watch sometimes. And he's going to be playing really good defense on LeBron, just making it tough. That's what the goal should be. And there's probably going to be times where the Rockets are sending multiple bodies at Amen. I could also see them running a lot of zone in the series, especially when LeBron's not in the game. So they do run a lot of zone, and then like they're pretty damn versatile, so it works pretty damn well. The biggest keys to victory, At least I have three keys for both teams. The Lakers will win the series if LeBron is wide by far the best player in this series. Their size, guys like Jake LaRavia, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron, Aiden, even Marcus Smart, like getting a couple, poking the ball loose, a couple plays per game. Like this defense needs to force Durant to struggle. Their size, because even like for Houston, both teams like there's not really any guards in this series now that like obviously for Houston, Fred VanVleet's out, but like now that Luka and Reeves are out, it's just gonna be like bigger lineups for both teams. Um, then also Aiden's gonna need to be aggressive on Şengün. Şengün cannot be outplaying him by a wide margin. If Aiden can just keep up with him offensively, catch lobs, and just attack him, get him in foul trouble, that would be very nice. And he just needs to be aggressive overall. Obviously, there's going to be that narrative with him and Clint Capella. He's gonna have to work his way through this and really just be dominating the Aiden the DeAndre Aiden we thought we'd get coming out of the draft. The Rockets will win the series if they just cannot let LeBron get hot from three consistently. They got to close well. Um, they got to close well down the stretch. Their offense is it's pretty disgusting to watch sometimes. Like that one game, it was I believe it was a game where KD had 2 points in the second half against the Lakers. It was some Monday night. Their offense was just terrible, and there was also a couple other instances this season, other games I've watched where their offense was just awful down the stretch. They also need Amen Thompson to step up as a secondary scorer. That would help their offense down the stretch, like I've said. They need him to be aggressive. And then this is pretty much talk for them, but they have to dominate the offensive glass. The Lakers aren't a very good rebounding team. They allow some offensive rebounds, like Christmas Day game early this season. They were, they had, I think they won the rebound battle by like 20. It was bad. And yeah, that led them to get a big time win that game. And unfortunately, I think we're gonna get some more of that this series. My prediction is Rockets in 5. Even if Luka does return, I don't think he'll be 100%. And then Reeves, I just don't think he'll return at all, like I've said. Uh, LeBron's just going to be way too exhausted. He cannot. I love LeBron so much, bro, but I don't think he could lead a team to a playoff series win at this point of his career, and that's just the truth. It's no knock on him. He had a great career, but he's not as good as he once was. And the Rockets are a deeper team. Got the better top guys. I do believe LeBron. You could definitely make a good case. He's the best player in the series, but I mean Durant, Amen, and Şengün. They have the next best three if you're considering LeBron as the best player. Um, I know Houston's offense has been like suspect at times down the stretch, like I've said, but they could definitely blow this team out. The one win I will say I do believe it will be one of the first two games, just like last year against Minnesota, where the Rockets offense is just disgusting down the stretch, and LeBron takes over down the stretch, and the Lakers get a win. But anyways, game one, Saturday. I'm still pretty excited for the series, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out.